Despite the horrific scenes we've been showing you this morning out of Ukraine, the country's president says he remains hopeful that Vladimir Putin's war will end diplomatically. That is what President Zelensky told Vice News correspondent Ben Solomon. Take a look.
Can you make a compromise with Putin? Can you trust Putin?
Trust? Oh, no, I trust only my family.
How can you make a deal with somebody you don't trust then?
We have to. We have to, because to stop this war, how to stop this war? Only dialogue, and only dialogue with him. He is the president of Russia, and Russia fighting against Ukraine. They came to our land, to our houses, and to our children. We didn't involve. Yes, we didn't invite them, but they are here.
What would be your message to President Vladimir Putin right now?
Right now, stop the war, begin to speak. That's it.
And what if he doesn't?
I think he will. I think he sees that we are strong. He will. We need some time.
And Ben joins us now live from Kiev. Ben, an extraordinary interview there, sort of kneeled down in a bunker there with sandbags around you. Obviously, President Zelensky has been an inspiring figure to the world with his public performance. What was your sense of how he's holding up there as you spent some time around him? And as he says, how can he trust Russia? Just this morning, Foreign Minister Lavrov, in an Orwellian statement, said, "We did not attack Ukraine. We are defending ourselves from Ukraine." What did he make of that?
Well, just being in the bunker, being in the presence of this place that has been kind of the center of so much news coverage was really extraordinary. Seeing the process in which they defend the president there, seeing the process in which they go to so many measures to make sure it's secure was really impressive and quite interesting. For the most part, our time with them, talking with them, was really telling. He was really tired. You could tell that he was really busy. He was ferried in and out really quickly, surrounded by guards, surrounded by security. For the most part, he seemed very honest. I think in many other interviews and many other appearances, you can tell he's media savvy. He's good at talking to the press. I mean, he's a comedian. He's done it for a long time. So it was really interesting to approach him not as a president, but as just a person and somebody who has experience talking with people and has experience understanding. In terms of like the priorities that I think that he was facing, it was really interesting to talk to him about his relationship with NATO and the way that winds are changing on that. It's obviously it's been weeks now that this war has been going on, and in that time, I think it came across that he was a bit disappointed that with the way that NATO hasn't been supporting him, or the lack of closing the skies, which he's been asking for weeks now. So it was really interesting to kind of press him on these points and get a true and clear sense of the current state, his positions, and his interests.
Yeah, he's been asking with increasing urgency in the last few days for that no-fly zone from NATO, which NATO and the United States specifically say they're not going to provide at this point. Ben, you also spent some time in southern Ukraine, in the city of Odessa. Residents there preparing to fight for their homes, like so many Ukrainians across the country, by building Molotov cocktails. Want to take a look at that?
I'm here in Odessa, Ukraine, at a Molotov cocktail factory. It's a bomb factory. Everyone is chipping in to make thousands of these. There's instructions from the government on how to use them. We've seen online clips like photos and diagrams of the best place to throw them at Russian tanks and armored personnel carriers. It's pretty amazing to see all these people kind of coming together and learn how to make these factory of munitions just out of whatever they can. And these aren't going to stop the missiles. These aren't going to stop the big attacks, but the people here just want to be able to do what they can.
Ben, as you saw up close, it has been remarkable to see how regular citizens, civilians of this country, whether they're 18 years old or 80-year-olds lining up to get a rifle, or women who've dropped their children in Poland and come back to join the fight, have rallied around this. But as you also point out in that clip, Molotov cocktails are not necessarily going to stop what's coming from the air, targeting, for example, maternity hospital in Mariupol.
Yeah, I mean, across the country, I mean, we've been here since almost the beginning of this invasion now. And across the country, what's most impressive and what's most inspiring is just the unity of the Ukrainian people that are here. People are really trying their best to find ways to fight. We have yet to meet people that were on the fence. We have yet to meet people that were, felt a little weird about where their position is. I mean, everyone is trying anything they can. Just yesterday, we spent time on the edge of the city Irpin, which is a city that's been in the news lately as it's been shelled a lot from Russian forces, and it's a center of the fighting. Now, people are evacuating out, and it's a really harrowing scene with thousands of people streaming out. And what we saw there, amongst a really dark moment, is a lot of Ukrainians just trying to come together to support the people however they can. Volunteers, paramedics, former government officials that were taking up arms and just trying to help people across this river. I mean, all across the country, we're finding people that are not afraid and that are really dedicated to fighting. And it's been an inspiration, and it's been something that I think that it's been really powerful to show the world.
And following the lead of the man you spoke to, President Zelensky, Vice News correspondent Ben Solomon bringing this war to us up close. Thanks so much for doing it. Please stay safe there, Ben. You can watch more of Ben's interview with President Zelensky tonight on Vice TV. Coming up here, we will go live to the Polish border with Ukraine for an update on the unfolding refugee crisis in Eastern Europe. Plus, the former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch, joins us. We're back in just 2 minutes.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.